Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3rd, Chapter 26, Text number 5. So, 5th to 7th, 5 to 7 is the topic Jiva's interaction with Prakriti. So, in the 5th shloka, things is explained that seeing the various forms offered by Prakriti, the Jiva becomes bewildered by avidya, or you can say ignorance. And then when Jiva is bewildered by ignorance, or or you can say the word used is Jnana Guhyaya, that means the knowledge covering feature. So when Jiva is bewildered by this avidya, this ignorance, then the next thing happens is explained in the 6th shloka, that is that the bewildered Jiva, now he is already bewildered, now he in the state of bewilderment thinks that he is the doer of activities by by false identification with Prakriti. Okay, because of his false identification with Prakriti, because of this, when he is in that bewilderment state, he thinks that he is the doer of activities. So this misconception is created here. Now the 7th shloka talks that this misconception leads to the Jiva's bondage and repeated birth and death. Okay, so let's see. Gunair vichitrah shrjitim sarupa prakartim praja vilokya mumuhe sadya sa iha jnana guhaya. Gunair vichitrah srijitim sarupa prakartim praja vilokya mumuhe sadya sa iha jnana guhaya. Gunair vichitrah srijitim sarupa prakartim praja vilokya mumuhe sadya sa iha jnana guhaya. Gunai, by the threefold modes, vichitra, variated, srijatim, creating, sarupa, with forms, prakritim, material nature, praja, living entities. Vilokya, having seen, mumuhe, was illusioned. Sadhya, at once, saha, the living entity, iha, in this world, jnana guhya, by the knowledge covering feature. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Divided into varieties by her threefold modes, material nature creates the forms of the living entities, and the living entities, seeing this, are illusioned by the knowledge covering feature of the illusory energy. So, seeing Prakriti, which creates the bodies of the living beings, different types of body created by Prakriti. So, seeing this Prakriti similar to itself, but with great variety through the gunas. Prakriti is presenting many varieties. How? By gunas. Okay, 3 gunas, sattva, rajo, tamo guna, and 3 into 3, 9, 9 into 9, 81, like this, different permutation and combination. If you go on, then it becomes 84 lakh of species. Okay, so this variety, seeing this, the Jiva, okay, Jiva becomes immediately bewildered by avidya. Okay, so this is the primordial nature, the Prakriti. Prakriti began to create all types of beings through her qualities of sattva and others as deemed appropriate by her as per the qualities which she has, Prakriti, on seeing this, Prakriti, on seeing this, the Purusha became infatuated through the enveloping power of Prakriti, which has the capacity to cover up, block, or you can say the power of jnana. In this way, this Purusha forgot about his own divine nature and origin. This Purusha is Jiva here. This is not the Supreme Purusha being spoken here. This is the Jiva. So Jiva, see, the Prakriti began to create all types of beings, so many beings, the bodies, varieties. So when Jiva sees that, gets infatuated, and then the Prakriti, with the power of Prakriti, which the capacity, the power to cover up or the power to block. Okay, so this Jiva, because of this power, forgot about his own divine nature and his origin. So the basically is the illusion created by Prakriti, and Jiva gets bewildered by illusion. That's the point being spoken here. Is it clear? Okay. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Material energy has the power to cover knowledge, but this covering cannot be applied to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is applicable only to the praja. This power, material nature has this power to cover, but this cannot work on Krishna. Prakriti cannot cover Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Okay. It is applicable to praja, or those who are born with material bodies, the baddha jivas or the conditioned souls. So the Prabhupada is saying that the different kinds of living entities vary according to the modes of material nature, as explained in Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic literatures. In Bhagavad Gita 7.12, it is very nicely explained that although the modes of goodness, passion and ignorance are born of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He is not subject to them. Krishna is not subject to them. In other words, if you want to say that, then you can say that the energy emanating from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, cannot act on him. Okay, so the energy which comes from Krishna, that energy covers everyone, but that energy cannot cover Krishna, because Krishna is the source of the energy. So it acts on the conditioned souls, the baddha jivas like us. Okay, so these conditioned souls are covered up by the material nature, material energy. Krishna, the Lord, is the father of all living entities because he impregnates material nature, material energy with the conditioned souls. That is why he is Father, Supreme Father. Because material nature, material energy gives birth to everyone, and who impregnates all the jivas in the material nature or in the Prakriti, that is Krishna, the Supreme Lord. So therefore, the conditioned souls get bodies created by material nature. Okay, because it comes, God, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, impregnates the material nature gives them birth with that body. So these bodies are created by material energy, whereas the father of the living entity is aloof from the three modes. So this is a different thing, that if this concept is clear, then we can understand, we can avoid ourselves from many big misconceptions. Krishna impregnates Prakriti, Prakriti gives them birth, all the jivas. So Prakriti give them variety of bodies, okay, created by three modes. Three modes are whose? Prakritis. So this all done by Prakriti. That is why this what you call, that is why Krishna cannot come under the influence of three modes. Material energy cannot control Krishna by its three modes of nature, Satoguna Rajotamo. Okay, so that is why Krishna, the father of the living entities, is aloof from the three modes. Okay, so it is stated in this, in the previous shloka, that the material energy was accepted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in order that he might exhibit pastime for the living entities who wanted to enjoy and lord it over material energy. What is that? Krishna sometimes accepts this material energy for using for his purpose. What is the purpose? To create or to exhibit some leela, some pastime. For what? For the jivas, for the living entities. Okay, and living entities wanted to enjoy and lord it over the material nature. So by using this material nature, Krishna created this world and like all these things. Okay, so that jiva can get this facility. So this is also one of the leela. Creating material world through material energy, this is also one of the leela. Okay, leelaya word has come, in the previous shloka. So this world was created through the material energy of the Lord for the so-called enjoyment of such living entities. So-called enjoyment. Living entities are not getting enjoyment here, but they think they are enjoying. Why this material world was created for the suffering of the conditioned souls is a very intricate question. दुनिया बनाने वाले काहे को दुनिया बनाई? This question is raised. So there is a hint in the previous shloka in the word Leelaya. What is the meaning? Meaning is for the pastimes of the Lord. Somebody came to Prabhupada and asked, why God created, why Krishna created this material, this world? Prabhupada said, for enjoyment. This fellow became very happy. Then Prabhupada said, but not for your, Krishna's enjoyment. So Leelaya, this world is created for the purpose of Leelaya, that means the pastimes of Krishna. The Lord wants to rectify. What is the pastime? Pastime is this. The Lord, the Krishna, the Lord wants to rectify the enjoying temperament of the conditioned souls. This is very deep we are talking. We are not talking something very normal thing here, or you can say we have to go little deep here. Okay, because see here what Prabhupada is saying, that why this world is created for the purpose of Leela, for the purpose of pastimes of Krishna. Now Krishna, what is that he want to do is he want to rectify enjoying temperament of the conditioned souls. Okay, conditioned souls enjoying temperament want to be, Krishna want to correct it, that don't get enjoy, means don't try to enjoy the material nature. So now if you see this thing, whole world is behind enjoyment. Everybody wants some enjoyment. What you are doing, you go to job, you go to school, college, you cook, you eat, you run, you do exercise, you sleep, whatever, you marry, whatever you do, you are doing it for what purpose? Enjoyment. Okay, people seek enjoyment, right? People seek enjoyment, but here things is coming that don't try to enjoy this nature. Because if you try to enjoy the nature, nature will control you and you are under the bondage. Three gunas. So if you want to be enjoyer, you have to be under the control of nature. And you have the bondage. So when you are the bondage, you cannot enjoy free. You cannot enjoy as you want, because anyway you are under the grip of material nature. Makes sense? So somehow that's why it is called Maya. You are thinking it is we are enjoying, but actually you are under the control, you are the grip, you are under the grip, you are not at all enjoying. Alright? So that's why this material world is called Durga. That means the jail. Because a person thinks, oh, I want to enjoy as I want. So he will do some mischievous activities and police will put him in the jail. Then he comes inside the jail, free food, free shelter, free cloth, everything free. Wow, I am enjoying. That's what we are doing in this material world. Breaking the rules of Krishna, coming inside this jail of Durga. That's why the jailer of Durga means jail, and the jailer is Durga. Okay, Durga means jailer. So Durga Devi is the jailer. She controls. Okay, so nicely we are enjoying, but we are forgetting that actually we are under the grip. We are inside the jail. So we are not at all free. Now this prisoner inside the jail, he have enjoyment because he is getting everything for free. We are also getting everything for free. Energy, sun is free, water is free, air free, everything free, very nice. But we are under the control of Durga Maya. We cannot do anything and everything. Okay, if I want to go and I am bound, how I am conditioned. See, if I want to go to America, how can I go? Can I go just like that? No, I have lot of rules, regulation, lot of facility I need. I cannot just go. Or I want to fly. It's not possible. We are bound. There is a grip. So that's we have to correct. Everyone in this world is trying to enjoy. People are fighting for that. What? How can you do this for me? I have what about my enjoyment? What about my things? Everybody is fighting. Families are fighting. Office people are fighting. Nations are fighting for what? Enjoyment. And Krishna is saying, don't try to enjoy. That's what your fault is. And with everybody is trying to enjoy the nature, trying to lord it over nature, control the nature, and whole fight is for that. But what to do? They are not having. That's why this is called ignorance, avidya. They think they are doing right. If they win over this fight, they will get enjoyment, but they will not get, because there is a next fight waiting for them. That's why it is Maya. That's why it is illusion. You think you are enjoying, but actually you are not. So that's what very important point. Whole world is doing that. Enjoyment, enjoyment, enjoy. Just enjoy. That's what the whole advertising world is propagating. But Krishna consciousness is just opposite. Don't enjoy. Then what to do? I want enjoyment. And you are saying don't enjoy, then what I will do? The whole world's activities, people in the world, their activities are centered towards this enjoyment, and you are saying don't enjoy, then what I will do? If I leave this hope of enjoyment, I am idle. I am not doing anything then. Why I should do? I will just sit. So what is the solution? The solution is don't enjoy. But that's important word coming out. Don't enjoy, but serve. You serve. Don't try to control, try to serve. Okay, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj says that in giving we receive, in serving we enjoy. That mentality we have to come. Krishna is saying, you don't try to enjoy the nature, you come and serve me. You will get more higher and higher, higher and higher enjoyment. The service, the enjoyment which we get after doing selfless service, that enjoyment is completely beyond, it's just way higher compared to this enjoyment which we are trying to get by controlling the nature. Because whatever you do, you cannot control nature, because she is Durga. Now how can you control Durga? Just see. What is the biggest foolish propaganda is this, that we can control the nature. But how? Just think about Devi Durga. Now Durga is coming now. Now you think you are trying to control it. Actually, you are in so much ignorance that we think we don't even know that we are fighting with Durga. This is actually this nature is Krishna's, or if you come on one level down, everything is nature, Durga's energy expansion, you can say. And you are saying, no, this is mine. Durga is saying, no, this is mine. Then let us fight. Durga having trident, Trishula. Jai 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 Mahisasura Mardini Nand. Agony. So we cannot do that. So what is the solution for us? The solution for us is serve Krishna. So that's why Krishna is saying, as soon as you change your intention from to enjoy to serve, now our goal is to enjoy, then you come to serve. So immediately you are transferred under the Devi Prakriti Ashrita. Devi Prakriti. This is in Bhagavad Gita, two type of Devis spoken. Okay, one is Maya Devi. Devi aisi Gunamai Mama Maya Durattaya. Very Durattaya. You cannot just overcome. Okay. And second Devi is Devim Prakrtim Ashrita. Higher, that is Radharani. Okay. So as soon as you come, you think that okay, my life is to serve Krishna, to serve devotees, immediately you are under the protection of Srimati Radharani. So it's not like just by saying Radhe Radhe and dancing you can just become. No, you have to change the software, the operating system inside. The operating system for us presently says to enjoy, control the nature, try to modify the nature as per our will. Okay, we don't want this mountain here, remove the mountain, make apartments here. Okay, we don't want plain here, make a mountain here, on top of that road. Flyover is like that, two sides they will create mountain and then make a road. Okay, we don't want here this lake, remove it, fill up with mud, make the apartment, and there somewhere plain, there make a dam or a swimming pool. Whatever is natural thing, we don't want that. We are reshuffling it. We are just trying to that is the cause of our miseries. This is very tough to understand. Trying to too much interfere in the system of nature is the cause of our misery. Because nature has some arrangement. Now we are doing something in that, reshuffling it. So, if I was working there in Kerala, the IT park, and it was called Techno Park, and the slogan is Harmony at Work. So they have created, it's like full green park. I think in India, I think there won't be any more greener IT park than this. Everything is green, so many trees, inside the office, outside the office, only green you will see. So much rain there, mountains there inside the IT park. Okay, so they have tried their best to not to destroy much the nature and build a IT park inside that. So harmony with nature. Of course, there are some problem. They dump plastic there, where whatever, but they are so green. Okay, so harmony at work. You have to bring that harmony with. We have to bring harmony in our work, with the nature. So if we can harmonize our activities with the flow of nature. If we go in the flow of nature, we will be very happy. Okay, so we are trying to control the nature, change the nature, or laud it or enjoy. But Krishna is saying, don't try to enjoy, try to serve. So when you serve, in service also you will get another sort of enjoyment. That enjoyment actually will be a higher level. Okay, that is the point. That enjoyment is on a higher plane. In service, what enjoyment we get. Okay, so that's why when we, now this is not something very, when we become very big or high post or something, then only we will get this thought and implement it. No, today after this class I can start implementing this concept from my first activity which I am going to do. Like I am going to have breakfast, so let us not take breakfast in an enjoying mentality. Let us take breakfast in a serving mentality. How? Offer the food first to Krishna. Okay, so you have cooked nice food and you are offering it to Krishna. That means the cooking activity is service to Krishna, not for your enjoyment. That's called service mentality. And anyway you will take the prasadam, so you are getting satisfaction, right? So that's what. Don't get, we shouldn't get affected much. Okay, things are not happening as per my will. That is, I want that everything should happen as I want. That is the symptoms that I am trying to control. Okay, so try to serve everyone, everything. This is the point. So try to serve Krishna, and then all things will come on the way automatically. Everything will come on track. So leaving, so for what is the message for us is that we should leave this enjoying mentality. Okay, I want to enjoy. No, get the mentality of service. I want to serve. Okay, and serve whom? Krishna. So when you serve Krishna, automatically things will be on track. That means with the mentality that I have to serve Krishna, you can even serve all the living entities, because they are you. When we serve a living entity, then we have to see their relation with Krishna and our relation with Krishna, and with respect to this relation we have to serve Krishna. One person is directly serving living entity. I have so much money, let's give free food to everyone. That is also sometimes enjoying mentality, because I came now. This is my money, I am distributing. Okay, so I am the servant of Krishna. Other living entities are also child of Krishna. So as a servant of Krishna, let me serve them. It will please Krishna. With this mentality we have to serve. Okay, then we will never get pride in our service. Okay, fine. So that is the thing, that this world was created through the material energy of the Lord for the so-called enjoyment of such living entities. Why this material world was created for the suffering of the conditioned soul is a very intricate question. This question we were discussing. There is a hint in the previous verse in the word Leelaya, which means for the pastimes of the Lord. The Lord want to rectify, this is the important sentence here, that the Krishna, the Lord wants to rectify the enjoying temperament of the conditioned souls. Krishna wants our enjoying temperament to be rectified. It is said in Bhagavad Gita that no one is the enjoyer but the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Krishna is only the enjoyer. Okay. So this material energy is created, therefore, for anyone who pretends to enjoy. Material world is created, this whole thing is created for them who want to pretend to enjoy. Anyway, they cannot become enjoyer. They cannot enjoy because Krishna is the enjoyer. Only enjoyer is Krishna. Okay. Nobody can become enjoyer. Nobody can take position of Krishna. So the one who want to pretend, see, you cannot become Krishna. You cannot become enjoyer because by nature you are not enjoyer. You can, by nature Krishna is enjoyer. You are the energy of Krishna. So whatever we can do, we shall try, but we never become enjoyer. That is the guarantee. Because by nature we are not enjoyer. We are servant. That's the point here. Okay. So who want to pretend to be enjoyer? For them this world is created. Okay, you want to become enjoyer? Okay, let's try. Go and try. That is the point here. So they cannot become enjoyer. And that is why everybody is frustrated, because what he can never do, he is trying for that whole life, life after life. You see, that's why it is called illusion, it's Maya. There's something amazing. That's why Krishna says, Mama Maya Durattaya. Very difficult to overcome the Maya, because the illusion is like that. The whole activity is, which the world is doing, is just under the biggest layer of illusion, ignorance, complete ignorance. It's a big project, millions, trillions of money is invested under the illusion that we can enjoy. You cannot. This is the thing. So the Lord wants to rectify this enjoying temperament. No one is the enjoyer, but Krishna only is the enjoyer. The material energy is created, therefore, for anyone who pretends to enjoy, who want to enjoy, for them. So Prabhupada is saying that an example can be cited here, that there is no necessity for the government's creation of separate police department, but because it is a fact that some of the citizens will not accept the state laws, a department to deal with criminal is necessary. Actually, police is not required, but always there will be some citizens who will do some gadbad, some break. They will break some laws. So government has to make one department to deal with the criminals. Okay, so there is no necessity, but at the same time there is necessity. So same way this material world is created to deal with the criminals, means the one who break the law of Krishna, God. Similarly, there was no necessity to create this material world, but for the suffering of the similarly there was no necessity to create this material world for the sufferings of the conditioned souls. But at the same time there are certain living entities known as Nitya-baddha who are eternally conditioned. We say that they have been conditioned from time immemorial because no one can trace out when the living entity, the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord Krishna, became rebellious against the supreme supremacy of the Lord. Okay, because some people ask, why Krishna created this world? So much misery, so much suffering here. It is not good. God is not fair. He is giving trouble to the people. So can you blame government? When you go inside the jail and people are getting punishment inside the jail, you can go, oh, government is so unfair, why giving so much trouble to these people, no mercy. No, it's just they are trying to rectify him. Can you blame a judge? Hey, why you are saying him to go to this punishment? Why you are giving this that? Why you are ordering like that? You cannot. That is his job. He's trying to rectify other fellow. You have to go and say to other fellow, "Arey, follow the rules of government. What is this? Why you are not following?" So only a criminal will tell that criminal is right and government is wrong. So some criminal mentality people only will ask this question, why Krishna is giving so much miseries? Arey Baba, this is jail. What you can expect in jail? So this is the thing. In order to rectify this enjoying mentality, this world is created. Now the biggest question asked by Raj Kapoor is answered here. Duniya banane wale kya tere man mein samai? Kahe ko duniya banai? Read Prabhupada purports. Read Lord Kapila's teaching. You will get answer. I think maybe he did not get the book. Okay, so he must have read, or he might, if he would have read this book, he would have not written the song. Maybe. Or maybe he have read and written the song so that people get this question and they read Bhagavatam. Anyway, so it is a fact that there are two classes of people: those who are obedient to the laws of the Supreme Lord and those who are atheists or agnostics, who do not accept the existence of God and who want to create their own laws. So they want to establish that everyone can create his own law or his own religious path. Now this is another something crazy thing. That's what some people want to see. That's why Prabhupada is wonderfully comparing it with the government law. So some people, they want to create their own law, own system, and they are put inside the jail. So same way, there is already a dharma, a law is created by God, which is called Sanatan Dharma, mentioned in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. But now people are creating their own. This, that, so many. They are themselves, they are getting disturbed. Why? Already there is one system made, na? Follow that, that's it. But they want like some criminal people want to create their own law. So that's same way these people, atheist people, want to create their own system or something. Without tracing out the beginning of the existence of these two classes, we can take it for granted that some of the living entities revolted against the laws of the Lord. When we don't know, but some living entity are rebellious against the supremacy of the Lord. They revolted against Krishna. Such entities are called conditioned souls, for they are conditioned by the three modes of material nature. Therefore the words gunair vichitraha are used here. So the point here is, because we are in the material world, that is sure or not, we are in the material world. Some people may say this also, how we can say I am in material world. So for that you have to realize that we are suffering. Yes or no? We are suffering. Janam mrityu jara vyadhi. We are getting death. We are not free. So that shows we are in material world. Now because we are in material world, that implicates that somewhere or other in time immemorial, long millions and trillions and billions or whatever you can say years ago, we have revolted against Krishna. I have done that. That's why I am here. I have challenged supremacy of Krishna. This is the cause. And millions and billions and trillions of lifetimes passed, until today I have not been able to rectify this mistake that I have rebelled against Krishna. I have challenged the supremacy of Krishna. And why? How can I say that? Because today also I have the mentality to control. I have that mentality. That's showing that I am still in the grip of Maya. Not able to understand. I am not able to understand that I have rebelled against Krishna, and as the result I am in this material world suffering life after life after life after life after life, and I am not able to rectify this. That is why I am wasting this life, this wonder. See, even though I have uh, rebelled, revolted against Krishna, but mercifully Krishna has given me another opportunity. And I don't know in previous millions and billions and trillions of lifetimes how many opportunity Krishna gave me to rectify my mistake and surrender to Krishna, and I misused those, I wasted those all the opportunities. And today in this lifetime again Krishna gave me this opportunity, but I am being forgetful, I am being under the ignorance, and what you can say, because of ignoring the instructions of devotees, Guru, Prabhupada, I am still not able to rectify my mistake. Still I am trying to enjoy, trying to control. This is my fault. I have to understand that. So there is no chance, I mean, there is no guarantee that next moment I will live. I am talking now, the very next moment my heartbeat can stop. This is the point. I have to take it very seriously, that there is no time, okay, let me complete my this job, this work, this responsibility, that responsibility, and then I will chant Hare Krishna. No, there is no guarantee that the very next moment I will live. Parikshit Maharaj got a guarantee that you have 7 days. We have to see it in another way. Many people say, oh, he has only 7 days, oh, poor fellow. No, he is the luckiest fellow. He has 7 days. And he is sure that he has 7 days. Am I sure that I have 7 days? No. I'm not sure. 7 minutes? No. 7 seconds? No. I'm not sure. If I'm sure, I'm the great fool. That means I'm another level of ignorance. I don't know that I don't know. That is another problem. Many people don't know that they don't know. This is the thing. So the higher level is at least he know that he don't know. Okay, so Parikshit Maharaj know that he has only 7 days. Or you can say Parikshit Maharaj know that he has 7 days. I don't know whether I have 7 minutes also. So hearing Krishna Katha becomes more important for me compared to Parikshit Maharaj, because he know whatever happens before 7 days, I am not going to die. So let us enjoy 6 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds. Let us enjoy. And last 1 second I will chant Hare Krishna. Why na? No. Because he is sure, na? 7 days I have for sure. So last moment, Antakale Chamameva, he could have done that. But no, he didn't. Because nature is so powerful that more you try to enjoy, there is the imprints in the mind that there is no guarantee that the last moment you will be able to remember Krishna. Kulashekara Alvar said that. Mukundamala Stotram, it is mentioned that at the time of death, the throat will be choked. Okay, there won't be any sound. It's very tough. 40 lakhs scorpions bite. That much pain. Simultaneously, 40 lakh scorpions bites me. That much pain one suffers at the time of death. Ooh. One scorpion means it's horrible. 40 lakh scorpions simultaneously one time. That much pain is during the death. How you will remember Krishna? That's why Kulashekara the greatest of all devotees, is saying, my dear Lord, he is the devotee of Padmanabha Swami, Trivandrum. He is saying, my dear Lord, I am young today. I can chant, I can speak, my body is young. Please take me now. Because I can chant your name now. What is the guarantee in old days I will be able to do? Kapha, vata, pitta, everything will catch me. This is the thing. So, there is no guarantee that. That's why Parikshit Maharaj said, no, let us continue. I got information now, let's continue. He left everything, sat down, started hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from Shukdev Goswami. So, we have to see from another way that he has at least 7 day, confirmed 7 day. I don't have any confirmation, 7-second confirmation is not there. So, the hearing Srimad Bhagavatam becomes more important for me. That's the point. Okay. So, the atheist people will not understand it. They will always rebel. When hearing Bhagavatam, I will understand by the mercy of Bhagavatam that I have rebelled against Krishna and I have to correct myself. And the only way to correct is follow the instruction of Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada. Okay. So they want to establish that everyone can create this miscreant people, atheist people, they want to establish this, that everyone can create his own law or his own religious path. Without tracing out the beginning of the existence of these two classes, we can take it for granted that some of the living entities revolted against the laws of the Lord. Such entities are called Baddha Jiva, conditioned souls. Why? Because they are conditioned by the three modes of material nature. Therefore, the words Gunair Vichitra are used here. In this material world, there are 84 lakh species of life. As spirit souls, they are all transcendental to the material world. Spirit soul, we are all transcendental. But why then do they exhibit themselves in different stages of life? The answer is given here. We are transcendental. Then why we are having this kind of different stages in this material world? So the answer is they are under the spell of the three modes of material nature. We are under this Maya. Because they were created by the material energy, their bodies are made of the material elements. Covered by the material body, the spiritual identity is lost. And therefore the word Mumuhe is used here in this sloka. So indicating that they have forgotten their own spiritual identity. This is the indication. This forgetfulness of spiritual identity is present in the jivas or souls who are conditioned, being subject to be covered by the energy of material nature. This forgetfulness of spiritual identity is present in the jivas, in the souls who are conditioned, like me, conditioned soul, subject, and we are being subject to be covered by the energy of material nature. So Gyan Guhyaya. This is another word used here. Guha means covering, because the knowledge of the minute conditioned souls is covered. They are exhibited in so many species of life. Our original knowledge that I am the servant of Krishna is covered. In Ishopanishad, Prabhupada explained in very detail. So it is said in the Srimad Bhagavatam 7th chapter, 1st canto, the living entities are illusioned by the material energy. In the Vedas also, it is stated that the eternal living entities are covered by different modes and they are called tricolored. The different modes, the eternal living entities are covered by different modes and they are called tricolored. Red, white and blue living entities. So red is the representation of the mode of passion, white is the representation of mode of goodness, and blue is the representation of mode of ignorance. Okay, red is mode of passion, white is mode of goodness, and blue is mode of ignorance. So these modes of material nature belong to the material energy, and therefore the living entities under these different modes of material nature have different kinds of material bodies. Okay, this is the higher level of explanation. Okay, it's not Darwin's things that okay, first they were monkey, then they will become human. No, yeah, different. Everything is explained here properly scientifically, how there are different species. Okay, so these modes of material nature belong to the material energy, and therefore the living entities under these different modes of material nature have different kinds of material bodies. Because they are forgetful of their spiritual identities, they think the material bodies to be themselves. Maya has covered our knowledge that I am servant of Krishna, I am soul. So, and given another idea. So, what I think, I am this body, human, Brahmin, or Indian, or boss, or father, or son, or wife, husband, this, that. I think this is my illusion. So, to the conditioned souls, me means the material body. When I say me, I am having this material bodily consciousness. This is called moha or bewilderment. So it is repeatedly said in the Kathopanishad that the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is never affected by the influence of material nature. We are influenced, but Krishna is not affected by this influence of Maya. It is because Maya is under Krishna's control. So it is rather the conditioned souls or the minute infinitesimal parts and parcel of the Supreme who are affected by the influence of material nature and who appear in different bodies under the material modes. So soul actually is part and parcel of Krishna. Mamevam sojiv loke jiv bhuta sanatana. So soul, even though part and parcel of Krishna, but still because of ignorance comes under the control of material nature. Okay, so that was the fifth shloka. I think it was quite theoretical, but I hope you were able to understand.